Okay, guys. So I won't be watching any more episodes of The Acolyte, but I had the same time. I gotta say, okay, I watched episode one, but at the same time, uh, the negative impact this show is having now on the Star Wars franchise, in my opinion, is it's actually too big to ignore. Just the fallout of it and the coverage from it and everything else that's happening, and the plans they have over the next few episodes, what we're going to learn about. I've suspected that some retconning has been coming to this franchise for some time, and not in a good way. It's like a car crash you just can't look away from. This is an article from Bounding Into Comics. Rumor, new Disney Star Wars series, The Acolyte, to confirm the Force as literally female. And it says here, according to the latest whispers to echo out of the once beloved galaxy far, far away, The Acolyte will see the fundamental Star Wars concept of the Force, as in the non-tangible energy produced by every living being and wielded by the Jedi and the Sith throughout the entirety of the franchise, revealed as an inherently female being. This supposed plan for The Acolyte to further subvert Star Wars fans' expectations. My God, if there's any fan base who've had their expectations subverted enough, I mean, for God's sake, Carrie-Anne Moss, great actress, plays Jedi Master in Dara, and she's just killed off at the beginning. And that was sort of done to, again, subvert expectations, right? I mean, an actress of her caliber being brought in for what is basically a gimmick, like that. It just feels like stunt casting to have her in the first episode, and then, surprise, she's killed off. Did you think this show was going to focus on Carrie-Anne Moss or something? That was kind of, you could see that already in the trailers. People had figured that out, that she was the Jedi who was killed. It's very, very tired. I mean, you can actually, with subverting expectations, it's one thing to sort of do something surprising or do something clever, for example, with continuity, with canon, to add to canon in some meaningful way. But to subvert expectations by just simply doing things that are, in this case, un-Star Wars, that are just really meant to rile fans up. Because, it is easier to destroy than to create, right? So it's easier to really annoy fans, irritate them, and then that gets them talking, right? It gets them complaining online, on social media. But it creates free marketing for that particular production. It's not good marketing, it's free marketing. Free marketing is free marketing. People are talking about it. It's ranking on social media, but in a bad way. Again, these people consistently, we're seeing this kind of vandalism of the franchises, like Star Trek and Star Wars and Doctor Who in particular, and the MCU, and it's just not giving people the same product they were previously getting. Personally, I think all these franchises have seen their best days anyway. They're all a little long in the tooth. We need new franchises, new stories, new creative people. We need new additions to our culture, not just the same old stuff, right? But Star Wars certainly. And this is the thing. It's all. I personally think that a lot of this stuff is just gaslighting, because they're talking about changing up these shows, these long running IPs for a new audience, for a modern audience. But in reality, that modern, quote unquote, modern audience is very small. I think these shows that I've mentioned, these types of franchises, they're still aimed at the same audience base, but at this stage, it's like there's a deliberate intention to gaslight and to just annoy fans. Like that just sounds like some of the creative, quote unquote, creative decisions that are being made, the unpopular creative decisions that are being made out of spite. That's what it feels like. As ostensibly cooked up by showrunner Leslie Headland, was first teased to the public by noted Disney scooper and media personality WDW Pro. Relaying information provided to him by an alleged insider source via a video uploaded to his personal YouTube channel, the scooper detailed Kathleen Kennedy and Leslie Headland are going to do something in The Acolyte that is going to essentially end what remaining fans they have, and that is that they are literally going to change the Force itself into being literally female, a gendered female Force. So I'll leave the article there for you to read. Again, marketing the show with Carrie-Anne Moss, a big name like that, and then killing off her character within the first 6 or 7 minutes. It's just, wow, so clever, What an amazing idea. What a stupid thing to do. It just feels like a bait and switch. So here's my reading on this. I wouldn't be surprised if it's sort of the Doctor Who effect, like what they did with the Timeless Children. I've often cited that as just one of the most horrific retcons of anything I've seen, where they go back and they rewrite the lore, the history of the Doctor's life, and indeed the Time Lords, and it wrecked. It really did wreck the continuity chronologically of the Doctor Who franchise. There's another article here again from Bounding Into Comics linked below. The Acolyte to reportedly lose everyone after third episode. Get ready for pronouns in Star Wars. Well, we've had pronouns in Star Wars already. That animated show recently, didn't we? We talked about that. But yeah, I mean, look, the show has lost a lot of people before it aired. I'd love to know what the ratings are on this show. According to a new report, I mean like the television ratings, not the Rotten Tomatoes ratings. According to a new report, while the two-part premiere of Leslie Headland's The Acolyte will come across as inoffensive to long-time Star Wars fans, the series' third episode will lose everyone thanks to some truly abysmal creative decisions. Word of The Acolyte's forthcoming shark jumping was first raised to the public courtesy of noted film critic and Film Threat founder Chris Gore during a June 4th appearance on the Geeks and Gamers news outlet daily livestream. In light of his having previewed the series' first 4 episodes, Gore was pressed by his fellow panelists, G&G founder Jeremy Griggs and noted YouTube personality Ryan Kinnell, and The Critical Drinker, if he could offer any insight as to just what viewers could expect from the series. At this stage, it's just funny to laugh at what they're doing. They can never compete with the high pop culture watermark that was the original trilogy, and I don't think anything, even the prequels, came anywhere close. Although, yes, I will say that the lightsaber fight in Phantom Menace is probably it's probably the best lightsaber fight of any of them. In turn, he unfortunately asserted these first 2 episodes are pretty basic. They get you into the story, into the world. Episode 3, I'm warning you now, is going to completely lose everyone. They completely redefine what the Force is. That might dovetail with what we just read in the previous article, detailed Gore. We're going to see 2 mothers conceive twins. A bunch of witches it is basically the Jedi turn into cops, and Child Protective Services. It's like the CPS of the galaxy. Once again reiterating, okay, episode 1 and 2, whatever, it's fine. The critic then revealed, but 3 and 4, get ready for pronouns in Star Wars. I'm literally considering having a funeral for Star Wars, literally get everyone to dress up, wear dark glasses, give eulogies, play organ church music in the background, because after episode 3 of The Acolyte, it will cause a lot of discussion. Continuing in his criticisms of the series, Gore opined, aside from the fact that the show is cheap looking, which it is, for all the money they spent, it looks cheap. The exterior scenes in Forest look shot on a soundstage. It looks very, very obvious. It lacks male energy. I don't think any straight man should be in charge of a women's cosmetic brand or a women's fashion brand. And by that same idea, I think that women who put together the show cannot make Star Wars for the audience that has loved it for years, he lamented. It is just devoid of everything you used to love, not even shreds. To this end, later in the show, Gore would further note that the white guys in the show are all sidelined or weak, which is very true from the first episode I saw anyway. The white guys are very much in the background and they're lower level characters. Turning back to Acolyte's third episode, Gore then warned that third episode, it changes the world. It changes things forever, and I don't think anyone's going to like it. You'll get a lot of lesbians in space, he concluded. That'll be great. Lesbian witches that conceive children. So get ready for episode 3. The first 2 tonight are going to be like, whatever. It's a police procedural with a murder and all of that. None of it makes sense. So there you have it. It is a fascinating time to live through, to witness the effect of woke and the message on popular franchises. And in as I said before, in my view, I think the fan bases are being gaslit. So the best reaction is a mix of ambivalence and good humor. Just laugh off what they do to Star Wars or The Lord of the Rings or Doctor Who. Don't become emotionally, antagonized in any way, right? This should actually make us all the more determined to preserve the best of culture and, of course, continue to contribute positively to culture in our own way with our own original stories. But who knows? Eventually, sometime in the future, sometime down the line, maybe people who really love these franchises will be in charge of them again and will be in a position to put things right. That would be wonderful. But just in case that doesn't happen, I believe that independent filmmakers, writers, authors, artists should be making their own original works that they control. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Take care. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.